To see or not to see. Join the rush line, try the lottery, or pay full price because it's the best show you'll see. To see or not to see. Hey, people. Welcome back to another episode.
Coming to you today with a twofer. First up is If Pretty Hurts, Ugly Must Be a Motherfucker. Now, this was one of my selects for something that I couldn't wait to see in 2019. We saw it a couple weeks ago. It's at Playwright's Horizon, and it tells the story of Akeem, who is held up as the most beautiful girl in her African village her entire life, and the other girls who are envious of her. What'd you think, Penny Maria?
I was like, a modern West African fable brought to life on stage. I think my favorite part of the show was seeing women of all shapes and sizes and different hues. I was interested, when it started. One of the things that I loved most was the re-envisioning the chorus as a cell phone, the young girl's mobile device. That was really fun and inventive. The hairdos are great. They didn't change enough though, because the play seemed to take period over a number of days. But things fell apart for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm still recovering, you guys.
I wanted it to be so much more than it was, especially because I hyped it up. I was just hyped by the title, and it just seemed like an African fable gone wrong, unfortunately. Too long, and then just not enough happening.
There's dancing, you all. And I'm not quite sure what the connection is.
The church breaks, where it was just a full choir, and they went into praise breaks. I was what's happening?
The main singer's voice, her voice was great, but I still was trying to make the connection between this contemporary African village and then the black churches in America. And also it ended on an odd note where we weren't sure whether or not the girl was just dreaming or did she time travel to America and look, I don't know.
Lots
of questions.
Unknowns.
But still working on that one.
I feel like there was some work to be done there, but still have to applaud any woman of color who is being bold and daring enough to write a story that she feels is worth being told, and for the creative houses that see value in that and bring them in for it to be shown to the world. I probably give it about 2 stars out of 5. What about you?
I'm going to give it a 3 because I was there for the beginning. This show actually got extended, so people liked it, I think, way more than we did. It's now playing through April 5th, so you'll have a chance to go and check it out if you'd like to.
So moving to our next play, we saw White Noise at the Public Theater a couple weeks ago as well. Tell us about it.
Yes, this is playing at the Public through May 5th. Longtime friends and lovers Leo and Misha, Ralph and Dawn are educated, progressive, cosmopolitan, and woke. But when a racially motivated incident with the cops leaves Leo shaken, Leo is David Diggs, he decides extreme measures must be taken for self-preservation. This show got really dark, really real, really raw. You know how people love to say, we're so past color, that's not a thing anymore. First of all, I think that was disproven with the current political climate, but you see David's white friend just really show his true colors and who he really is. There was a lot of honesty in the play for things I think people don't want to admit, and it's always a struggle when you consider history, right, and trying to kind of move forward. I did love the bowling alley on stage, so that was a pretty cool feature. I also like the way that they prominently discussed code switching. One of the characters has Misha, this talk show or the YouTube show where she speaks, very eloquently in person, but then when she gets online, she's like, hey y'all. It's interesting discussing and showing that duality.
I wasn't into this play, and the main reason was I'm tired, my soul is tired of seeing just blackness entrapped in the idea of slavery, be it modern slavery or traditional slavery. And to me, obviously there's a black playwright for this,
Suzan-Lori Parks.
So it's being told through the eyes of a black woman, but I just don't want to go and see a play that talks about black people being slaves in any way. So I think that was what really anchored this negatively for me. the length of the play.
3 hours.
and
Over
15
3
minutes.
hours. Over 3 hours.
But I don't understand why anyone would think it
Mm-hmm.
smart to have people sit in a theater for that long. Just the attention span of people. There were some places where it could have been edited. So unfortunately, I wasn't really interested in the subject matter, and it felt like something that was seen it before, maybe not exactly that way, but the subject matter has just been done so many different ways.
And again, because it delves so deeply into slavery, even though it's a contemporary show, I think that's what was kind of really disturbing about so many white people being in the audience, kind of like, I don't know, I was really watching the audience faces and how they were laughing at certain things, and I was like, it made me uncomfortable.
But it could have set out to do that, but for me, it missed the mark, and I didn't find it to be particularly profound or enjoyable. Mm-hmm. So I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Mm-hmm. So again, I'm going to give this one a 3, looking at the show overall, including the amazing set design that was so cool, like just the ability to build that, and that was by Clint Ramos. Giving me something interesting to look at on stage when I was maybe a little disinterested in certain other parts of the show.
So that's that. Check us out on our next episode. To see or not to see. To see or not to see.